Jungle Boy recruited by the elite to F with Pump. Probably. I feel like a lot of the new blood there are just kind of probably more apt to be in it together. You know, somebody like Jungle Boy, who's probably pretty impressionable. He's pretty green anyway. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, he has had problems with Moxley too, but I don't take anything Moxley says seriously because the dude, when he first left WWE and went to AEW, he had that podcast. He was on Jericho's podcast and he talked about how Vince McMahon, you know, that was that such good shit pal stuff. You know, he talked about Vince McMahon uh, and his bad ideas. Yes, I get it. He does. But then you see, you know, and you kind of, at the time, you're like, okay, I kind of understand why he left. If this is all true, I understand why you left. You're burnout, you're tired of the bullshit, and you want something new. You want to be able to spread your wings. And then we saw Moxley spread his wings in AEW, and it's garbage. So now you're like, was he right? Was WWE right? Because I feel the same way about Jericho now. Jericho flourishes in the WWE because he's creative and he does all kinds of things. He changes up his stuff. You know, the list thing was hilarious. He could do whatever in that company for whatever reason, and it somehow works. He gets to AEW and he does what Moxley did in a way, and now it just comes off like he's this out of shape old guy trying to fit in with the young blood, and the young blood sucks. I mean, I don't want to sound like that guy, but most of them should be wrestling in high school gyms right now, still to this day. They should not have a huge TV deal. They should not be on TV every week getting this opportunity. They need to learn beforehand. I mean, yeah, they did. They messed up. They messed up EC3 big time. I was mad about that. I liked EC3 a lot. And LA Knight remains to be seen. Are you talking about WWE? Because yeah, they know how to mess some stuff up. Yeah, okay. I know. I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, they're definitely not. Uh, they're definitely worth the criticism. Like they're not gonna get a free pass from me just because I might be more apt to trash AEW right now than WWE. It doesn't mean that WWE is absolved of any wrongdoing. I mean, I definitely think though, like you asked earlier with Jungle Boy, I think it's definitely possible he's in. I mean, Adam Page is. You know, they're all buddies. I get it. Punk is a very egotistical guy. He he's had his share of issues. I know it seems to everybody now. It seems like he's just constantly. He's just the toxic guy. Like you know, the common denominator is CM Punk, and I just don't. I don't agree with that. I I do think he's egotistical. I do think that he bitches quite a bit, especially when he's unhappy. And I know he seems to be unhappy a lot, but like you know, back in the WWE days, like as he was leaving, I kind of understand his gripes. They are notorious for pushing people through injuries. It's been that way for whatever. Um, and he was probably, I think he was, from what I understand, if I can remember right, he was a little butthurt about not main event in WrestleMania, which was important to him. I think because John Cena and The Rock had like 2 WrestleManias in a row, and he was the hottest thing at the time, and he really was. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, whether you love him or hate him. CM Punk was the hottest thing in WWE in that 2000, what was it, 12 and 13 stretch, 11, 12, 13. Um, he was one of the hottest ones there. And for him to, and I think he might have been champ at the time. So, like, what are you doing? I get it. I get it. And, you know, you're already hurting and you're maybe a little burned out. Maybe you're tired of the booking and the things that are going on. And then you get snubbed at WrestleMania a couple years in a row. I mean, I'd probably be a little bit pissed too. He felt slighted. I don't think that's entitlement. I think that's understandable. He just, what gets everybody in everybody's crawl is that he's willing to say something about it. And I'm not even the biggest CM Punk fan, but I get it. I mean, I think when you're tired and you're hurt at the same time, it's, you know, things are going to get under your skin more. I mean, Andrew, you and I both know this better than anybody. When we're at a job that doesn't appreciate you and you grow to hate and you're miserable, you probably become, you know, annoying to people. Like I know at the end of my run at my last job, I was probably an asshole to everybody because you go in there every day trying to make a difference. You're trying to fix things for you and the people around you, and nobody's having it. And you come to a crossroads at the very end, and you realize that you've either got to just deal with it and, you know, just bite your teeth and stick with it and be miserable, or you've got to unfortunately take the L and walk away. And it sucks taking that L because you know that things could be better, but I get it. And people kind of shit on Punk a little bit for leaving WWE the way he did. I really didn't. I was more annoyed at him because everybody was, when he left, the internet was much different on CM Punk in 2013, 14, 15, probably even 16 than they are now. Everybody then was waiting for him to come back. Everybody else wouldn't stop talking about CM Punk. It got to the point where it was annoying. Yeah, it was so, I was so sick of hearing about CM Punk when he left, but I understood why. Funny enough, they gave him so much crap about leaving WWE. They still give him crap about leaving WWE the way he did, how awful and toxic he was. But you know what? Everybody's on the internet every damn day talking about how awful they think WWE is. So I don't understand. Like, are you mad at WWE or not? Like, are you mad at CM Punk for leaving a toxic environment and then now you're calling him toxic? I don't know. It doesn't make any damn sense. And I think if anybody really wanted to sit there and think about what's going on in AEW from the very beginning all the way to now, they would see this isn't just what CM Punk came in to do. Like, he's not, if you harass a guy who has no problem standing up for himself, the dude's got, what is he, 44 or 5 now? I don't care. He's got money. Like, he didn't mind saying anything before. Do you think he cares now? If you come in and you slight him, he's probably going to fire something back. It's aggravating. It's aggravating. I get people don't like Punk. I'm not the biggest fan. How anybody can sit here and trash Punk over all of this. They want him fired, or they want him suspended, or he needs to go away. He's the common denominator. And they won't even take a look at the elite. They won't take a look at Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks. They won't take a look at Adam Page. You know, like, those guys have done a really good job at staying really low to the ground on this one, and they sick Brian Alvarez or they sick Dave Meltzer out on to the world and let them do all the trash talking. There's been 50 different stories about the locker room fight between him and Elite. And there's 50 different stories right now between him and Jack Perry. My dogs get even upset. Look at that. Look at her. What's she even doing? She's over here. She's petting herself. She hears me talking, so she's over here doing this. She's mad at Kenny Omega too. Happens. That's what happens to Omega. Yeah, right. Well, when you were announced as the EVPs of a brand new company that's what, not even 4 years old, barely 4 years old. It was a t-shirt company, and you got your best friend who's a mark for goofy wrestling. That's the perfect example, though. These are the guys that didn't want to take any criticism from anybody. They didn't want to take any advice. Billy Gunn has come out and said they don't listen for shit. Mark Henry has said they don't listen. Who was it? Was it Harley Race? I think me and you were talking about this the other day, Andrew, actually. Like, who was it? Was it Harley Race or somebody at his school where Kenny Omega went and he didn't listen to anybody? And he got kicked out, basically, or drove away. I can't remember now. I can't exactly remember what happened, but I know that he basically was not received well, and he went off to Japan and wrestled a blow up doll, and now everybody loves him for some reason. He loves himself. I don't. I didn't want to hate him because everybody was talking about how awesome him and Jericho's match was at Wrestle Kingdom, and it was decent. Someone help. Yeah. I just, dude, when you the blow up doll is one thing. When you come out there and you finger point and you deliver these really shitty looking knees, like, I don't know. I've not been as impressed with the dude. And why he talks like he's a sex phone operator, for one thing. So you can't really like look at him and take him serious. You can't watch him do anything. You can't listen to him. I think the most egregious thing that he does, the worst thing he does, is bow in the ring after the show's over. Like, I know kayfabe died like 20 years ago, but can we not do like just a little something, like a little something to try and close that curtain back a little bit? Like, I appreciate more people, even though we all know, but like, I appreciate people when they actually try. Like MJF lives as a heel. Like, is that so damn hard? Do we have to get on? And the same goes for the WWE guys, man. Like, you get on social media or these goofy Instagram videos after the show and talk about how, or Sheamus does the same thing with workout videos. Like, you guys know, they don't even realize that. Maybe they don't. A lot of them are too young to remember. Like, Monday Night Raw used to get what, 10 million viewers every week. 10 million. WCW and them getting probably 8 or 9, 10 million, something like that at their peak. And now they're getting about 2.5. Why is that? Why is that? These guys are not listening. They don't produce good TV. They don't produce good matches. If you like their matches, whatever, but it's not good. It doesn't mean anything. And I think you've got a bunch of dudes that are circle jerking each other. And you bring the old school guy in that you know 100% without a shadow of a doubt is going to be the biggest return in at least the last decade. The very least. You know he's going to draw money, and he did just that. You know he's going to produce must see TV, must see promos. He did that. And at every turn, Brian Alvarez has got some goofy ass article out on the internet somewhere, these dirt sheets. Every chance they got, Adam Page, the Elite, was putting shit out there about Colt Cabana and why Colt Cabana got moved to Ring of Honor when Punk came in, and they blamed it on Punk. And Punk felt the need to go out during a media scrum and set the record straight. Was that the right place to do it? Maybe not. Was it airing dirty laundry out on TV, the world? Yeah. Uh, Definitely not the most professional thing. I don't disagree with it really though, because if you've been battered and bashed over and over and over again for however many months it was, a month or two, three. Yeah. Yeah, you've actually got really, really good athletes on Impact. And is Harry Smith on Impact now, or is he where was he at? Was he on MLW? They should be on national TV over the Elite for sure. No one's talking about the Elite enough in this. No one. I know they're keeping their heads low and they're doing a good job at it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think it was MLW. Harry Smith was on Ric Flair's last match. I watched that. I went ahead and ordered that pay per view just for the hell of it. I don't really know much about Hammerstone. I like Nick Aldis though. Did you ever go back and watch the Ric Flair's um, last match? That pay per view. My dog. You're not a part of the show. Yes, she is now. Uh, Dude, Jeff Jarrett though, for real, that dude's in shape for his age. I mean, he came out. Uh, I'm trying to think. Josh Alexander sounds familiar. It's been a little while since I've watched. Was he Impact? It's been a while since I've watched Impact because I don't have the TV channel anymore. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett though, when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame and he came out, I think it was Royal Rumble, and then there's an episode of Raw. He looked like shit. And during Ric Flair's last match, he looked like $1 million. And he actually, it's even now, like in Ring of Honor and AEW, looks like $1 million for 55 or 6 or whatever he is. And the dude, that's one guy that I actually didn't like growing up that I love now. Oh, okay, okay. Did he have the headpiece, like the wrestling gear, the headgear, bald? Yeah, yeah, I do know he is. Yeah, he's good. Was he the one teaming with? He was teaming with the other dude, the dark headed guy that's in AEW now. Shit, man, I'm not good with names right now. Fuck, what was his name? Yeah, I'll think of it. I'll think of it eventually. Ethan Page. Yes, thank you. The other Page, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. What do you guys think about the Punk stuff? Because I get it. I get the hate towards Punk to a degree. I get he's kind of being a bitch. He's got a big ego, but I think there's only so many times you can poke a bear, man. Like I don't think, like I said, it's not getting talked about enough. These guys, Adam Page and the Elite, they're doing a bunch of shit. Like these guys nowadays, there's no consequences. Back in the day, I know times are different, but back in the day, believe it or not, we mouthed off to people. We started to shit with people. This goes for anywhere, school, whatever. Like you got your ass kicked if you messed with somebody. And back in the day, even the locker rooms. I mean, you're talking about testosterone, steroids, everything else. These guys were hotheads. I still don't think that much shit happened in the locker room back in the day because people would get fucked up for it. Like these guys would mess with each other, and the other guys would retaliate, and it'd be over with. But these guys doing the shit that they're doing to Punk would have had their asses handed to them a long time ago. And if everybody had a little bit of fear of God put in them, nowadays they wouldn't be doing this shit. They would be hiding behind Alvarez. They wouldn't be hiding behind Meltzer or Tony Khan, who can't manage a mop anyway. These guys wouldn't have EVP status, which is ridiculous in the first place. These guys would have never made it. Like, it kills me a little bit inside to have to sit here and defend CM Punk over this shit. But I mean, what else can you do? Like, the dude is right in this situation. He is right. He may not have done everything right, but I think they're playing him pretty well. I mean, they know he's going to freak out. They know he's going to not react well to things, and they can just. And everybody on the internet's going to take control. Everybody on the internet's going, oh yeah, Punk's the common denominator. He's the problem. Don't I don't think that. I think they are the problem. If you had less children running a show, Punk wouldn't have that much of a problem. I know people claim that he would, but I really don't think so. Because most of the legends, most of the older guys don't have a problem with CM Punk. Most of them. Like most of them aren't coming out and it's like, oh yeah, it's all the new guys. All the new guys have a problem with CM Punk. And coincidentally, all the new guys that want to not listen to anybody and run the shit their way. Like if they had it their way, it'd be the damn Death Triangle versus the Elite every fucking week. And that sounds worse than John Cena versus Randy Orton every week. And that was tiresome. That was like every week for a year and a half. See, like, so bad that they had to throw the Miz in there. You pull up some Go lay down, Molly. Dog's getting in the way here. Go lay down. Let's I'm gonna pull up Payback. We might talk a little bit of Payback actually. Might have started this stream a little bit too late. I was hoping to get a good conversation going about Punk. I ended up just venting. I ended up just venting about the CM Punk drama. A lot of people probably won't agree. I don't know. We put that I put that poll out, a couple polls out on whether or not he should be fired or suspended if it was the right call, and I think the guys that stopped by to say to actually comment on it were more in favor of Punk, but the people who voted and just went on was mostly in favor of him getting suspended or fired. I I don't get that personally, but see, I think a lot of it probably just comes down to people love to see people on top fall. I mean, I'm not saying the dude, like I said, I'm not saying the dude's perfect. It's not my favorite, but I think most people on the internet just want something to bitch about too. I think they think it's easy to sit there and forget about the elite and dish out all this hate to Punk and doing the same thing on the internet right now about a guy you don't even know. Everybody just kind of needs to chill and use their heads a little bit. We got Payback tomorrow night though for the WB side of things. Um, Good matches. Andrew, you said you were actually more excited about this card than the last couple. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. SummerSlam wasn't all that bad, but yeah, I think this card looks better, and at least there's more one-on-ones here, which is good. Got what, one tag match? Everything else so far looks to be one-on-one, which is good. So real quick before we get predictions started, I guess let's run down undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match: Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Not Dominic. If it was Dominic, it'd be a shoe in, man. He'd drop Owens and Sami Zayn just by himself. That's because he served hard time. Miz and LA Knight. That's going to be another one. United States. Do you think they might go Judgment Day to add the tension there? Maybe, maybe. You think they would? I guess instead of just doing, yeah, let's just go one by. Let's just start there. So, you think they'll give them the titles? You think they could give them the titles here? Wonder how they would. It would. Could you imagine giving them the titles, but they're still kind of fighting amongst themselves? Or you got Balor who's kind of jealous of Priest right now of holding the Money in the Bank because he lost his shot, and then giving them the tag team championships, forcing them to work together even more. That'd be pretty good. I think we. I think that might be the best call. Now that you say that, but I think they're not going to do that because it's WWE. So I think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's what I'm going with. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wins. I do like your idea more though. I like I like giving the Judgment Day the belts and adding to that tension, forcing them to work together even more. Who you taking, Andrew? You taking the Judgment Day? So you're going the same direction I am. It'd be better, but you were going Sammy and KO to be safe. At least one more month or so with the titles. Anybody else out there wants to chime in? Chime in. Let me know your predictions. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Judgment Day tag team championships. What are they doing? Who's going to win? Miz versus LA Knight. Got to go LA Knight, right? You have to. Unless you want to continue this feud for another month. Do we really want to do that? I mean, they're both great on the mic, but they've both been really good at returning their fire. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking LA Knight. It's got to be. It's got to be. Miz can't win. Can Miz win this? Do we want Miz? Do we want a 2 month run or more of LA Knight versus the Miz? I think we've got to start moving in maybe by, if not next month, by Survivor Series. We need to start moving in LA Knight into the world heavyweight title picture with against Seth Rollins. That's what I think we need to do. I say LA Knight wins this one. And I think I don't know what pay-per-views I wonder what pay-per-views next month. Is it hell, or are we doing Hell in a Cell again, or is that done? Miz job to Snoop WrestleMania. Yeah, well, that's my thoughts. You would think that though, but Damian Priest won Money in the Bank the month after he jobbed to a rapper. I don't care what anybody says. Bad Bunny's decent, better in the ring than he should be, but you still can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah. United States Championship. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. Rey Mysterio's current champion. Theory earned a rematch against Mysterio after beating LA Knight with help from The Miz in a number one contenders match on SmackDown. I forgot they weren't doing that anymore, where they just automatically are gifted a rematch after they lose. Apparently, they're not doing that. I feel like you think they're done with Austin Theory. He has not been booked well. No hate on Ray, but I feel like Theory's got to win this one. Man, so Theory, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay, so let's quick rundown real quick before we get into this. So, okay, I was gonna do this a minute ago anyway. So we got the tag match with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day for the tag titles. We got Miz and LA Knight. We got the United States Championship match, Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch in a steel cage. The Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley, who's the champion, versus Raquel Rodriguez. And then the World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, there might be something else in there. I don't know if they'll do anything with the bloodline. Probably not yet. So if you just think about those matches, everybody just think about those matches. I mean, you can kind of look at this and see who needs to win and who's probably going to win. Are there going to be any surprises or upsets in that card? I mean, it's very potentially it's a good card, so it's going to be potentially a good show. But are we going to have any real surprises? We're going to have any like is the whole show going to be a make the crowd happy show? Or I mean, like the faces because I just don't see. I can maybe see Theory winning against Mysterio and winning back the title. Maybe the Judgment Day takes the titles, but I can't see anybody but Becky Lynch winning. As much as I love Trish, I mean, it's the new blood. She's a heel. I can't see anybody but LA Knight winning in that match. Rhea Ripley can't lose to Raquel Rodriguez. I'm sorry, she just can't. That's crazy. That's insane. Raquel is still greener than goose shit. She's been booked terribly. And I love Shinsuke. But are we going to sit here and pretend like he's going to win the title from Seth Rollins right now? I mean, it could be a surprise, but I don't see it. Which one? There's Seth and Shinsuke. Be a great match. I mean, it will be. I think it's going to be a good card all the way around. I think there's most of these are going to be great matches. Yeah, yeah. I'm picking Theory, L.A. Knight, uh, KO, and Sami Zayn. Picking Becky Lynch. I've got to pick Rhea because, like I said, Rodriguez is just she's massive, man. If they would book her as like a if they would have built her up as a proper, I don't for one, I don't know how you she's considered a giant, right? For a woman, I guess. She's a very big woman. You got to build her up as a very strong big baby face in order for this to work against Rhea Ripley. Or Raquel's got to be the monster heel. And that's not her smiling ass ain't a monster heel. I don't see her. We'll see how hopefully she does well in this match. I have not seen a really good match out of Raquel. But to be fair, that's a huge bit. I have not seen her NXT work, so you guys will have to like correct me on that if she was awesome in NXT. I have not seen much out of her other than her WWE stuff, and you know how that goes. They get up to the main roster and just shit the bed, or they don't get booked well. Poor Karrion Kross, for example. At least he's hired back, I guess. Man, they give Shinsuke good runs just randomly, and then he's gone again, kind of like they're doing to Asuka. I'm kind of surprised Io's not on the card, or is this just all raw shit? No, they're all SmackDown. They're SmackDown too, because LA Knight's mostly on SmackDown, isn't he? Are they on all? Are they even adhering to? I said I don't have TV right now. I've been like out of the game for a little bit. I just watch like the pay per views. So they, I'm trying to think if they're are they even they don't they adhere to the draft for half a day. Why no one can take this shit seriously? Yeah, LA Knight's on SmackDown. Yeah, but they all show up on the other show. This is why you don't have multiple championship matches like or titles. You don't. They gave Seth a title so he could defend it on pay per views, so Roman didn't have to. Dude, yes, Gunther. Gunther should be on the card. Lashley, I know he's kind of getting up there, man. He don't look like he's 45 or 46 now, but he is. But he is severely underused. What is that noise? I got. I think one of the animals are attacking the door over here. Yeah, I would have to pick Seth Rollins though for the world heavyweight title match. Have to. I just don't see they made that title for him. Man, what is the next paper? I need to look up and see what the next pay per view is. Fast Lane. God, I hate that paper. I hate that name. What a dumb Seth Moon Boots Rollins. Seth Franklin. Seth Franklin Moon Boots to you, buddy. NXT is getting No Mercy though. Like they're getting them No Mercy name for their show. So much better, man. They get in your house, they get war games, they get all this cool shit. WWE creatives like, let's come up with a new pay per view name. Let's really give it something. Hmm. How about Fastlane? We'll put a car on the graphics. That'd be cool. How about day one? Because it's on January 1st. We're children. God, shit. Fucking. Why can't we just go back to Bad Blood? Like, let's just do Bad Blood. What's wrong with Bad Blood? Nope, can't be Bad Blood. Nope, gotta be Payback. Fastlane. Cars go vroom vroom. October 7th, 2023. So yeah, Bad Bunny, bad. Let's just name the damn pay per view Bad Bunny. Just all Bad Bunny. Just he'll be in a match every match. It's gonna be him and Snoop Dogg versus Logan Paul and anybody else. Literally anybody. The Miz. Let's just throw the Miz in there. Fandango. Live from Puerto Rico. At least the crowd will be hot. Hmm. You got Rollins winning this one. I think I went like I'll have to look on our comment section. I think I went like 6 for Rollins. Yeah, I think I went 6 for 8 at SummerSlam. I want to say. Not bad. I think I'm going to be really close again to sweeping this one. I'm going to sweep City. I'm going to suplex this card. I think the only real potential upset. I went with a safe bet with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think it's very possible to be Judgment Day. I think it's possible. I think that's about it. I don't. That's the one I'm not 100% sure on. Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio maybe could change it up. I still think it's going to be Theory, but we'll just see what. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. I think that's the best outcome. I think that's 100% the best outcome is Judgment Day winning. What I think would be here's bonus. Let's do bonus points. How about this? How about this? Yeah, she had more people involved for this because I'd almost challenge you for the belt. Who's got the most predictions? Tie goes to the champion. M3 wrestling champion. Herman by belt predictions. By pay-per-view predictions, I mean. Do you think, bonus points, do you think that we get a cash in by Priest? No. Picked the same. We picked the same all the way down the board. So we'll see. That just to make sure this could be different. I'm going to say yes. Because I'm going to say since Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to win, Damian gets the cash in to further drive Balor up the wall. Balor's going to mess up and cost them the match somehow. Something's going to happen. They retain. Damian's like, F this. I'm going to take this shit into my own hands and I'm going to make something happen for the Judgment Day tonight. I'm cashing in. Leading to a match between him and Balor. If not at Fastlane, Survivor Series. Seth Franklin Rollins gets the rematch at Fastlane and loses. Maybe even possibly by disqualification from Balor to make sure him and Damien have that match at Survivor Series. What do you think about them apples? I should be writing this shit. So yeah, since we picked KO and Sami Zayn as a safe bet, I think Balor costs him the match or messes up like he did beforehand, loses again. Damien's like, I'm going to take this in my own hands. I'm going to cash in on Rollins at the end of the night. I think Rollins still gets the win, like we said, but Damian Priest is cashing in. That's the only thing that's going to differentiate our picks since that everything's been the same. So, if you win, Andrew, you get this. I win. Don't buy Priest as world champ. I don't either. I don't mean it ain't gonna happen. Gonna go ahead and shine this ride up real nice. Turn that sumbitch sideways. For the M3 Wrestling Championship, it's going to come down to a potential cash in or not. It's just, yeah, I don't buy him as champion yet, but I mean, I never bought the Miz as champion, and he still was. No offense to the Miz or the Miz fans, good talker, man, good heel, but it's gonna happen. I guess there's a possibility that he could try to cash in, and then Balor stops him. And then maybe him and Balor end up in a match to like to for the briefcase. They haven't done that in a while. They should have the match for the briefcase. Maybe LA Knight gets inserted. That's wishful thinking. LA Knight gets inserted into that match, and then let the Judgment Day go quietly into the night, and then LA Knight can become the World Heavyweight Champion. It might be a little too early for that too. I don't want all good things in time. Good things in time. I want to rush it. Said the same thing about Cody. I was mad when he lost, but now I'm okay with it as long as the end goal is still beating Roman for that belt. You just want anything to get LA Knight in there. Maybe it should be Gunther. He's going to be the Intercontinental Champion for a while, I bet. You think? What do you think? Till WrestleMania? You think Gunther's still over a year out? You think he's another 2 years out from the big title? Oh, okay, yeah. How long would you have Cody and Gunther um feuding for that title after WrestleMania? If Cody win in WrestleMania against Roman, that's what I would do, and then have Gunther maybe lose the belt at WrestleMania and then go straight after Cody. Put him in a package until SummerSlam. Just make them. I mean, they drug him and Brock out till SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure they can do Gunther and Cody till SummerSlam. That'd be kick ass. I'd hate for Gunther to win it off of Cody too soon, though. I know Gunther's awesome, but I don't want if they finally get this belt on Cody, I don't. Oh, interesting. Keep the belt and then title. Okay, all right then. You just pull the DX thing and lay down for another Imperium guy. Give him the IC belt at the end when he wins the world title. I'm just kidding. No, let's not do that. Challenging Cody as the IC champion for the world heavyweight title or the WWE whatever the hell title they want to call it at the time. Universal undisputed world WWE Galaxy champion. Just call it WWE Championship. Just do one title. One title. Does anybody take the World Heavyweight Championship seriously? I might have in 2005 when the brand split meant more, and you actually had too many people on the roster, so they had to break it up, and you had shows with their own pay-per-views that they mostly stuck to. Champions never saw the other, and then you'd have the big four that would be the cross-brand shows. But now it means nothing. Just have one championship, one mid-card championship, one tag team championship, one women's championship, and then world championship. And then you want to do something else for funsies, like cruiserweight or some shit, that would be whatever. I don't care. TV title. Something goofy. I don't know. I don't. You don't want too many belts. I don't think everybody's got to have a belt now. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm old school, dog. I'm old. Mm, wonder what a better time to do. I might throw. We need to do another stream sometime and try and do it a little bit earlier. Getting off of work at 7 and then not starting until after 8's kind of rough on probably everybody anyway. Anyway, especially on a Friday night. Probably wrap up here in just a few minutes. We got some good shit coming up though. We'll have payback to talk about. We'll see how right we are just tomorrow night. We got some CM Punk talk in. We can do that again too if more people want to get involved down the road. We're gonna be watching Hog Wild, 1996 WCW Hog Wild. We're gonna be reviewing that sometime soon on our podcast. Then we've got some WCCW, those world class. For any old school world class fans out there, we're gonna hit up some world class. We're both kind of excited about that because a lot of that stuff I will be watching for the first time, like in depth. Got mind games, WWF mind games in your house too. And of course, we'll throw some payback review or thoughts in one of those episodes probably shortly. Find out. We'll find out actually on the next podcast, Andrew, which one of us gets this for our predictions. who will become the new M3 champion. And I just want you to know the cream always rises to the top. Whether I'm off balance or on balance, still the best. My dog's getting impatient with me now. I'm gonna take her outside here in a minute. Hard times, baby. You know it. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks to everybody who joined. Andrew, thanks for uh, for chatting with me, getting on here with me, and chatting it up, making something out of it. I know this is the first live stream ever, so for me. So you know, we'll hopefully do some more down the line, and hopefully I'll get better at it. But it's good to get on and talk with everybody, and hopefully maybe next time we'll pick a little bit a better time to get on and get a few more people in here and chat with them, talk some wrestling. So, all right, we're gonna end it here, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.